So soulmates, to make our shirt collar, you must have joined the shoulders together, measure the round neck, which is supposed to be 2 inches wider than your normal neck measurement, okay? Your round shirt, the neckline should be 2 inches wider than your normal neck measurement. So once you have the measurements, we're going to put our hairstyle into two, like so, and divide the measurements into two, okay, because this is folded. So let's assume my neck is 16. It has to be 2 inches wider, which is 18. So I'll divide 18 into 2 and mark, and that will be around 9. Okay, so from the part that is folded, like so, you can see what is in the video. The part that is folded, I will mark half of my neck measurement, which I've measured from the shirt that I joined the shoulders together. So once I have this measurement at this edge, I'm going to go up by half inch, 3/4 of an inch, or even 1 inch. Okay, then I'll locate the midpoint of what I've marked. At this point, wherever I raised up either half inch or 1 inch or 3/4 of an inch, I'm going to slant to the middle. Okay, that is how we're going to slant the neckline. So from this line now, wherever I marked, I might be coming down. I decided to make it half an inch. It can equally be 3/4 of an inch. It still does not make, but here I'm using half an inch. I raised it up by half an inch. So from that raising up of half an inch, I'll mark the height of my standing collar, which is 1 inch height of the standing collar. That's a standard measurement. So I'll equally mark the 1 inch, follow the lines and mark 1 inch, 1 inch, 1 inch until I get to the point where I started, and then I'll connect the lines together, or the dots together. Okay, I'll connect it together like so. So this thing is quite easy to make. If you can get to this point, you've already done so much already. Okay, so for the roll collar, now at this point you can decide to leave it the way it is or give it a curve. So I'll just enter by half an inch at the top like this and curve it to the point where I started, just to give the standing collar a curved edge. I know you must have seen something like this on different shirts. Some are also straight. Okay, so this is what we have. Now we're going to raise up by half an inch and connect it to the point where we went in by half an inch. Okay, and even though it was straight, you can just decide to go in by 1 inch or half an inch. Now from that point, I'll go up by 2.5 inches. 2.5 inches, and from this other line I'll going up by 2 inches. That is from the half an inch that I raised it up. I'll go up by 2 inches. 2.5 here, 2 inches on the other side. So it will give it a very little slant of about half an inch or thereabout. Okay, it will just have a very little slant. All right, so like so, our shirt collar is almost getting ready. If you practice this, you'll find out that it is very easy to make. Okay, so we are going to be cutting this out. Practice makes perfect. If you have any question, please ask in the comment section. I'll be glad to answer your question. If you do not understand, pause and play the video again so that you understand the statement. The explanation is in the statements, okay? And then as you watch the video, you're equally going to understand more. You can keep at the standing collar, you can keep it straight, then take your roll collar 1 inch in or half inch in. It doesn't necessarily mean that wherever you curve, that's where they understand. If you did not curve at all, you can just move in by half an inch, 1 inch, and everything will be fine. Okay, I hope you understand the explanation. Now I'm cutting off the parts that we do not need. This is the parts that we do not need, and we are keeping the parts that we need, right? So I'm going to show you how it's going to be placed. I'm going to show how it's going to be placed. Okay, what we cut here is on the paper stay, right? The soft paper stay. So we're going to iron this on our fabric. And as we cut, we're keeping 1/2 inch on all the sides. Okay, the fabric is going to be cut each one into two, 1/2 inch on all the sides, right? And where I'm touching is where I'm going to be sewing. Okay, the three corners I'm going to sew them or join them together. Okay, so we're going over to the machine. You can see that I've cut into two. I stayed one, I did not stay the other. The other is going to be serving as the facing. So this is it. You can decide to stay the two parts. It's still okay using a soft fusible. Okay, so we're going to iron it out. Now I've only turned the roll collar, I've not turned the standing collar, and this is how we're going to place the standing collar. Just look at it very well the way it is, and this is how we're going to be placing it, right? And then we're going to sew from the side. I use my pin to hold it down. Make sure they are matching together so that you do not have problem while sewing it. Okay, so you can use your pins. Make sure the two sides are placed equally and the roll collar is well balanced in between them, from midpoint to the other side, from midpoint to the other side. You can keep a notch so that you know where the center line is. Okay, so you see the way it's placed, the roll collar is in between them, but then look at it properly to know which part is going to be sewn on the standing collar. So this is how we're going to sew it, 1/2 inch, putting the three of them together to the other side. Okay, so we've joined it side by side, and this is what it is looking like. So beautiful. So the next step is to iron it out. Give it a very nice pressing and let it relax. All right, you can see how beautiful it is. So beautiful. So we're now going to attach it to our shirt neckline. Okay, we're going to attach it to our shirt neckline. So iron it properly. If you have a steam iron, that's very beautiful. So this is our shirt. We'll mark the midpoint of the shirt from the back side and then mark the midpoint of the collar also. We are going to start joining from the back side. Now we're not putting the two of them together like so. We're just going to pick one part of the shirt collar and join it to the neckline while we use the remaining one to cover the rough edge. Okay, you can see what is happening. I've joined one part of the shirt collar to the shirt neckline, and then I'm going to use the other part to cover it up and stop stitch on it. So like I said, this is quite easy to make, and this is what we have. Thank you for watching.